Well, as the slide says, my name is Borderick. I am currently the leading teacher of numeracy at Dallas Brooks Community Primary School. I've been there for the last 3 years, so I run the numeracy, intervention, enrichment. We are a Microsoft showcase school, so a lot of our tech is Microsoft. And Troy is a person who comes around to our school quite often. Anyway, things I'm interested in naturally is maths. And how we need to change our mindset on how we see maths and things you may have known about with number talks and good questioning and differentiation. So, what I discovered a couple of years ago was this amazing book by Joe Bowler, Mathematical Mindsets. And this is a book that I gave to all the people in my PLC, and we all read it. It's an easy read. It's about 9 chapters long, and it's really anecdotal in the way she writes beautifully. And she says things like we already know. There's no such thing as a maths brain. You are not born with a maths brain. And you've heard parent-teacher interviews where the parent says, they're not good at maths because I was never good at maths. Maths is not genetic. You don't inherit genetics, mathematics. So the way we learn maths is by being excited. What we need are people who are not scared. We need courageous people going, you know what, if I fail, I fail. I'll just pick myself up and go on. And it all comes from, Carol Dweck does a forward in the book, and she talks about growth mindsets versus fixed mindsets. So saying that I'm a maths brain, although I've never been any good at maths, is what we hear teachers say a lot of the time. And when we say that all the time, what do our children start thinking? The same thing. And it's about, I don't go into literacy and say, if I'm the fastest at spelling a word, I'm the best person in English. But if I'm the fastest in maths at saying 6 times 6 is 6, then I'm the best at maths. So how do we create conditions then for productive struggle? And you see my little caption. Mistakes are a good thing. And I've worked hard with the teachers I work with and the students, and over the course, junior students are better at it, of being okay with mistakes. And they're now starting to celebrate and go, oh look, Mrs. Borderick, I made this error. Cool, can you tell me how you went wrong? And they'll tell you. Or I'll get one of our more, thank you, that's the word. More able child, or who's finished their work and they work together, and I'll say, can you go and see where this person went wrong? Because it's in me reiterating what I've done, I get my knowledge deeper. And again, Joe Bowler, the brain sparks and grows when we make a mistake, even when we're not aware of it. And this is something I tell my students when I coach with them and I teach with them every time. I said, the amazing part about your brain is we need to get more brain matter. And the only way to do that is to make mistakes. Because once you make a mistake, you're never going to do it again. And so a couple of the rules I have with them in maths is, I will never give you the answer. I will never tell you if you're right or wrong. And they know that. They get better at it, but they don't like it at the beginning. They go, don't bother asking Mrs. Borderick, she won't tell you. I also say you're allowed to copy from each other. That's provided you have your own answer first. So why do I say we can copy? We collaborate. I start talking to my friend and go, how did you get 6 times 6 is 37? I got 36. Let's figure it out. And from that we collaborate, we figure out, oh, okay, I just miscalculated. This is a very simple problem, of course. And also I try to encourage students not to use erasers. When I do maths, we use grey lead. And I see kids mad, or they scribble. I say, oh no, don't do that because I need to see where you've gone wrong. So encourage our mistakes. So it leads me, again, all schools do different ways. They call number talk, so we talk about different ways. How can you make 10 in different ways? So it starts with juniors all the way up to seniors. You can talk about anything. Simply as, tell me everything about 8. And I show the children and they sit there, and again it leads to the differentiation. I've got my PSD child who go, oh, I can see that's 4 and that's 4. Now if I just gave them a whole sheet of work, they wouldn't know that 4 plus 4 is 8. But they look there and go, oh, that must be 8 because I've been told that it's 8. And it's really important, I'm going to go in my little numeracy part, that we know everything about 0 to 9 before we do anything else. My other favourite website I use for the senior, the 5, 3 to 6s, even the juniors, is which doesn't belong. Now, just looking at this, the first thing children do is, I don't know. And you just let them sit. And I have a system with them. If once you've got something, put your thumb here. Because every child who puts a hand over here, suddenly my friend goes, I must be very smart because my hand's not up. But I can't see that their thumb is here. And for those kids who've got it straight away, I go, well, give me another way. Again, that's that Peter Sullivan working in your low ceiling, high floor. For the kids who get it quickly, is there another way? And again, bit of audience participation. Tell me which one doesn't belong and why. Which one? 43 doesn't belong. Why? It's a square number. It's not a square number. Sorry, I couldn't. The rest are square numbers. 9 is a square number because 3 times 3 is. And then the children have to explain all it, because I'm not going to do it for them. They have to say, why is it not a square number? Anyone else got something even more brilliant? Go. 16 is the only even number. And then I've got my PSD child, like I tell you not. She said 9. Why? It's the only one with one number in it. And you know, and our really high kids go, wow, and then this child feels well upset, I've contributed to class. This is an excellent website. It has numbers, graphs, pictures, shapes, name, you name it. Questioning and reasoning is part of our proficiencies. They're in our curriculum, but they've sort of gone to the ether. So another really good website I discovered this year is the Resolve website. It's an Australian website, and it's all about reasoning. The school I come from, we are 95% EAL. So when I say to the teachers, we need to get the students articulating, they go, oh, they don't know what to say. Yes, they do. So I challenge them. And these are the reasoning trajectories. You analyse and generalise and justify. And this is a challenge I give to the teachers. They have this in their room. When we start, they choose one question for the week as part of their success criteria. And from children, from the foundation, what's different? What do you notice? Those are questions they can say. Which ones belong? What do you notice? And the best thing they always say to me is, prove it. Everywhere now, I hear it, it makes my heart sing. They say, prove it. And the other great thing with the Resolve website, they have made to order brilliant activities that are differentiated. They even have open your books, as you may, and they're open-ended. And I'm going to leave it there. So these are the websites I've looked at. This is a couple of books I've got for you. Feel free if you want to come and talk to me afterwards about maths and how brilliant it is. All you need to do is be engaging.